for the soldiers that see the sun at midnight. You dig? Let me slow down. I go to the grave before I be a bitch nigga. Better behave, you dealing with some rich niggas. We the lost symbols speaking cryptic codes. Ancient wisdom, valuable like gifts of gold. I embark on life, my path is all math. I understand the codes these hackers can't crack. I understand the folks expect me to fold. Community control or violate parole. I won't fail, but a lot of men will. I'm iconic in the field like Solomon's seal. It's just the intro, allow my flow time to sink into the tempo. Freemason, freelancer, free agents, we faster. Big contracts, big contractors, built pyramids, period, we masters. No caterpillars, it was just a lot of niggas. A lot of great thinkers and a lot of great inventors. All white mansion, I'm the child of God. All black diamonds, times were hard. New Rolls Royce, guess you made it, nigga. All white neighborhood, you they favorite nigga. My top back like JFK. They wanna push my top back like JFK. So I JFK. Join forces with the kings and we ate all day. Right now I can rewrite history. I stopped writing, so fuck it, I'll do it mentally. I go to the grave before I be a bitch nigga. Better behave, you dealing with some rich niggas. Started in the ghetto, now we worldwide. Multiplying and I pray to God we never die. I go to the grave before I be a bitch nigga. Better behave, you dealing with some rich niggas. Started in the ghetto, now we worldwide. Multiplying and I pray to God we never die.
Niggas couldn't do nothing with me, they put the devil on me.
Yeah. I had to make sure just YouTube was getting this one. I had to turn Twitch off. I had to turn the Twitch off. What it do, y'all? What it do, y'all? Once again, if y'all hearing my fan, both of them fans, it's hot in this bitch. I'm your host with the motherfucking most, Chill Murray, live from the spot. Late night chill. We're doing a late night chill. I was gonna start this a little bit earlier, but it was storming over here, and I didn't want things to just knock out on me. And I had to do a couple of extra things, and yeah. So as y'all see the cover, we going there tonight. We are going there tonight. Now I don't have the usual chat up, so I'm trying to figure out what's even going on with this chat here. I just got the regular top chat up. Let me go to the live chat. With the live chat on. There we go. What it do? Who's up in here? Nappy. What it do, Nappy? Live Life. D. What happened to what's blog? What's good to y'all? What's good to y'all? Like I said, late night chill episode. And we're going to do the all white. We are going to analyze what's going on with the all white party. So, it's a lot of hoopla for the past, I want to say, 20 years now? About 20 years now. This infamous all-white party. I want to say even more than 20 years. About 30, maybe 40 years now. The all-white party has been star-studded, to say the least. To where numerous celebrities have come and shown themselves. And it's kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy the fact that, you know, you can have Jay-Z, Michael Rubin, the president might show up there. You might see the president show up there. But as you can see here in this picture, there's also some familiar faces that we say to ourselves, what are you doing there? Like, for example, you see Corey Gamble in this picture here. But he's right next to Jay-Z. So you say to yourself, what's he doing there? And then you see Yo Gotti, Donovan Mitchell. Like I said, and Michael Rubin, like I said, you say to yourself, what it do, IB1? You say to yourself, what are all these people doing in the same place at the same time on a holiday weekend like this? Now, even this took Joe Budden at one point for a loop. And it was like you don't find that was the exact title of it. Like, you don't find that just a bit strange. Like, what exactly is going on with the all-white party?
A good friend of the show, named Jan.
What's up, Jan?
Jan is our, for better term, lack of a better term, our UK affiliate.
Okay.
That sounds fancy.
She's been very critical of me and my operation and you guys for years, but she also has a podcast, and she's very good at this. And she hits me from time to time with just shit. And she hit me and she said, "Hey, dog." She thought she had us. "Hey, y'all ain't gonna cover that Michael Rubin party, huh?" See, I know what it means. Now I'm offended a little. So I try to hit it back. So yeah, we covered it a little bit in a future episode that's coming up. So yeah, I didn't hear no take. I said, well, I didn't really have a take. I mean,
It's a party. What's the
An
take?
annual party.
cool party. No, she did it. And she went right the fuck there. I ain't even gonna say what you said. But she was right. We gotta investigate this Michael Rubin party a little bit further. Y'all don't think it's a little strange?
What?
What? Help me out.
The consistency of the A-list celebrities that go there.
The hugging, the
What
touching.
other party in the universe do you see that many of that level A-list people at the same spot at the same time? When? Tell me. And that
Not even.
Not
ain't
even.
that.
Not even.
Yeah, ain't that.
Careful, Joe.
Not only is that not that,
I don't think nowhere else, actually. Not even the
I
Clive
saw
Davis
more-
Grammy party.
Hove and B look a lot more comfortable at Michael Rubin party than they do at Rock Nation brunch, respectfully, I'm saying. That's they shit. But every time they there, it looked like fish in a fish tank with everybody just,
That's true.
yeah. Here, though, you just don't see that. That's odd.
Well, no,
No,
because
it's
you're
not.
around a bunch of other
Yeah.
billionaires.
And that's all that's here.
Right.
Rock Nation, there'd be some non-billionaires there.
No,
not just that.
It is
They're not
July 3rd. I'm not going to let y'all ideal me out of this one. It's July 3rd, dog. You telling me that all of these people are free to just be in the Hamptons?
Yes. Nigga, you know this is the place to
Nigga,
be.
you got the invite in March.
Not only that,
Yeah,
private jets, just,
I'm
you know.
flying
No,
land
we
for
jet.
the
No, I'm with you.
Yeah.
We private jetted and we helicoptered.
Yep.
Notice how the average mind, like everybody else besides Joe, who is not on the inside out, is pretty much oblivious to this whole thing that Joe is trying to subliminally say. Like, don't y'all find it odd that all of these big time celebrities are in the same place at the Hamptons at that in one at the same time like this? But of course, none of them around are privy to what Joe is actually trying to say, or no, I should say.
But all of these people made it their business to be here.
Yes,
Why?
This is the place to be.
No, I'm not buying that.
I'm with that.
Michael Rubin.
No, I'm
Michael,
not
Gotta
buying
give me something else. Give me another.
yeah.
Michael-
I'm not
Change
buying
my
this is
mind.
the place to
I'm
be.
looking who Michael
Rubin is.
Michael Rubin's net worth is $11.4 billion. Okay.
Which
He-
explains to me why all of the rapper entertainer people want to go and hang out.
Keep going.
I'm looking for Michael Rubin's fascination with these rappers.
Yeah.
I'm in business with a lot of
That's
these
not
niggas.
true.
What
what's
is the
goody?
business?
Nope, it's not that.
Damn. Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead, I'm sorry.
Like even, for example, Meek. They got the fanatic shit. Meek got a piece of that. They're working businesses together. The
do.
prison reform shit that they've done.
Yes, he does.
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
Yes, he does.
See,
Yes,
you
he
said
does.
all that, and
The
I still don't know nothing you said. Because
I
I,
used to
I
say
went and
this
clicked on his page.
I
I
don't
seen
think it's
Fanatics
for
and Reform. I saw both
Yeah,
of
I
those
saw
on
that.
Michael
Also-
Rubin's page.
Okay, so once again, it's always been perplexing as to why so many of these people are at this Michael Rubin party. But what people don't realize is that this all-white party has been going on before Michael Rubin. The all-white party, the infamous celebrity all-white party, originally started in the early 90s with Diddy. See, not a lot of people have even noticed that one part here. So, as we were going over, for example, the court case, right? Remember in the court case, it was specifically centered around the all-white party. Now, look at this article here. I remember being with Betsy Johnson, Donna Karen, and Ronald Perelman. And all of us were trying to figure out if we would buy a white outfit to make sure we got in. As you see up here, it says, there were many illustrious guests at the all-white party, but Puffy was the star attraction. Seen here in a picture next to Donald Trump. And this looks like Will.I.am down here. Of course, Russell Simmons and a early girlfriend. But needless to say, like I said, the all-white party originally started with Diddy. As you see here, the different years of the party. From 98, 1999, 2004, 2003. This was all leading up to the party that Miss Andrea English had attended. Now, at that same all-white party in between 2004 and 2009, Andrea English, in her particular lawsuit, claims that there was sex trafficking going on, as well as there were sex workers there. One of the key things to remember from this particular case was that at the all-white party, what's good, Fury B? At this same all-white party, at one of them, I should say, instead of her being in all-white, similar to all the guests, she had to wear black. And she was actually, pointed out, in a sense, in that particular party. She was pretty much a target, if you want to say. She was the targeted victim in there, to where she could be, everyone could do what they wanted to do with her. In that sense, you could pretty much get sexual favors from her, being that she was the only one in all black. Now, I just want to say that with these all white parties, not all of them have had this particular scenario happen. However, let's take a look at what the actual meaning of the all-white parties actually is. So I took it upon myself to just say, okay, why don't we find out what the actual meaning of the all-white party actually is? So let's bring it up just on a bigger scale here. Just so we can actually see a little bit. So all-white parties are a staple in the LGBTQ and black communities and can have multiple meanings. Now, as you see here on the bottom, though, how it originated, the parties originated for being fundraisers for HIV and AIDS related charities. They always signified a safe place where people could gather and be themselves. People came together, often after enduring unimaginable loss, to celebrate their resiliency and the ability to make change together. Now, what's key about that particular definition is that we've seen nothing but that at these parties. If we want to think back to, let's take a look at, for example, the 2004 party, or should I say the 2009 all-white party of Ashton Kutcher. You guys remember when we broke down the Ashton Kutcher and Diddy situation?
malaria, they get stung by mosquitoes, something as simple as that, and they don't have the defense systems to like, you know, kind of defend against it. And so like we here to like try to raise money for these you know, mosquito bed nets. So if you don't understand, like just imagine living in Africa and like, you know, your little infant child just gets bit by a mosquito and he dies. You know what I'm saying? It's really that real. Those are our brothers and sisters. I know they're not close to us right here, but they with us. They with us in our hearts.
Now, needless to say, as I said before, this was not the actual fundraiser that they were doing this for, but this was a freestyle bullshit reason that Diddy was trying to come up with as he was on the mic of what the fundraiser was for. This was not about bed bugs in Africa. This was not a fundraiser for bed bugs in fucking Africa that Ashton Kutcher was doing.
We gotta take care of some malaria no more. Ashton's organization. Give it up for Ashton Kutcher one time, that's why we here. The whole UN, malaria no more. You know what I'm saying? Make sure that we also buy some of those t-shirts. You know what I'm saying? And also, this is the legendary white party. We brought it from New York. New York, make some noise. We just trying to show the West Coast we love it. This is our party from New York. We brought to the West Coast. New York, make some noise.
So, as you can see here, once again, the all-white parties were to symbolize people coming together to network and raise some sort of fundraiser. Now, it wasn't always about, you know, everyone being gay at the party, but notice how the main two hosts are, or should I say, have been said to be, allegedly. Think about that particular thing. We all know Diddy has had the stories about him, and it's not hidden about Michael Rubin. That's another thing. Whether or not people have actually confirmed it about Michael Rubin or not, people have also not denied it either. Now, Michael Rubin himself was married between 2005 and 2012. But again, 7 years, and since then he has been married since 2012. That's 12 years ago. We've only seen these zesty rumors since then with Michael Rubin that he nor anyone else have denied. And again, same thing goes with Diddy. The original host of the all-white party. The original host of the all-white party was Puff back then. And as you can see here in 2009, they were doing a fundraiser for Ashton Kutcher. Now, one particular thing we want to remember is the all-white symbolism. Okay? What does it mean to even wear the all-white? That was another thing we want to break down here. So, once again, just doing a little bit of Googling. Just doing a little bit of Googling. It's kind of isn't it kind of ironic that majority of the people that are at, you know, these all white parties are said to be Freemasons? That's not a, like I said, that's not a alleged thing. Majority of the people that are at these all-white parties are in the in crowd, and majority of them are Freemasons. You don't have to say Illuminati, but perfect example. You don't see Kendrick Lamar saying he was at the all-white party, do you? It's a few people you can say that was not in attendance of the all-white party. I'll give you a perfect example of someone that is in the in crowd, but was not invited to the all-white party. And he, in particular, was a little bit angry.
One of the other items I wanted to talk about is, I got a little beef with my man Michael Rubin. You know, there was this shindig in the Hamptons, a star-studded event in the Hamptons. You know, I'm seeing Beyonce and Jay-Z there. I'm seeing J-Lo there. I'm seeing Lala Anthony and Kim Kardashian, Lori Harvey, Justine Skye, Haley Bieber, Kendall Jenner. I mean, the list goes on and on. I see the outfit on Kim. I see the fellas there. Micah Parsons is front and center with a couple of other dudes. James Harden was there. Joel Embiid was there. Jason Tatum was there. Tobias Harris was there. You know, Tom Brady was there. That's Devin Booker there. You know, James Harden is at a party. That's true. The only problem with James Harden being at a party is, damn it, that's how he looks during the season. You know, that's just not good. You know, you don't do that during the season. You know, you don't do it. You got to say, also, man, Kevin Hart, James Corbin is there as well. Michael Rubin, I ain't get no invite, man. That's all right, though. Thought I was your homie. Now you act like you don't even know me. All right, I understand, Michael Rubin. I understand. All right. Look a good time. I don't know who looked greatest. No one ever looks better than Beyonce to me, just so you know. But J-Lo is right there. Kim Kardashian is right there. You know, I mean, you got to give credit where credit is due.
They don't invite these types of people to the Michael Rubin party. I should say the all-white parties. They don't invite the people that will whistleblow. They don't invite the people that are truth tellers. Stephen A. Smith, as you can see, now has a podcast where he pretty much is just balls out and just letting it all hang out and telling the truth on it. So, of course, he's not going to be invited to this Michael Rubin party. Same thing as a Joe Budden. Joe Budden's not going to be invited to a Michael Rubin party. But who you will see there is an Aiden Ross. You see Aiden Ross there because Aiden Ross is now green. Now, let me just play a clip here from Aiden Ross talking about it.
What about the Michael Rubin parties? They were asking about that.
I've been to one. It's not what everyone thinks it is.
What is it like?
I went there, I met a lot of people on network, I got some people's numbers, that was it.
So it wasn't on no weird stuff?
Not at all.
Not like the P.
Nobody tried me. I saw Kardashians, I saw rappers.
You didn't have to bunny hop like me?
Nope.
Already.
Nothing like that at all. I said hi to a lot of people, you know, drank, took a couple shots, and that was it. I swear to God, bro.
I believe you, nephew.
I swear to God.
Yeah, I believe you. I see you don't know. You ain't walking bullets. So
Why are you zooming in on me?
And,
what about the Michael?
And that was and the thing is, the reason why people were asking Aiden Ross about it was because when Kai Cenat was when Aiden Ross, hey Kai, you should come to the all-white party with me, and Kai was like, nah, I'm good. Then Kai said, nah, I'm all right. I ain't going to all that. But of course, Kai now has, you know, again, he's been warmed up. If you notice, you see Kevin Hart around him now, right? You're starting to see Drewski around Kai Cenat now. That's because they're trying to warm Kai Cenat up into the in crowd. That's why you're starting to see certain celebrities all of a sudden around Kai Cenat. Of course, he's had certain A-listers around him, but you have to notice who's now around him. After, like I said, the Aiden Ross of to name a few, is now with the all-white party. Now, Aiden Ross, of course, like he just said, he's been to one all-white party. I believe he was there this year too, but I don't think Aiden Ross actually posted any pictures from him being at the all-white party this year. I noticed quite a few people have not, except for Michael Rubin himself and maybe Meek Mill. Now, one thing to note, once again, these are Freemasons at this all-white party. So, once again, doing my little Googles. Let's bring it up over here. Masonic white glove meeting. The Masonic white gloves is a symbol of purity, innocence, and reverence, with a special meaning in the Masonic tradition. It is considered to be an important symbol of the Freemasons' commitment to his craft and to the brotherhood of man. The white gloves also represent a commitment to humility and service, as well as a commitment to the moral and ethical principles upon which Freemasonry is based. The white gloves also symbolize a commitment to help others in need and serve as a reminder that all men are equal in the eyes of God. Masonic white gloves are a symbol of purity and innocence. They are traditionally worn by Freemasons during ceremonial rituals as a reminder of the importance of keeping oneself pure and innocent in the eyes of God. The white color is also symbolic of truth, cleanliness, and virtue. The gloves represent a commitment to leading a life free from sin and moral impurity. So, that's one particular thing. But then you also have the aprons, which also symbolize a very similar thing of the innocence and purity. Same thing with the legacy of the Masonic apron. It says here, symbolic of the purity and innocence men are expected to pursue. So you keep hearing that word innocence as far as all white parties, right? So let's think about that. Let's think about that particular word, right? Innocence at all white parties. Okay? How traffickers lure people in. This comes from humantraffickinghotline.org. Here are a few situations that might raise concerns. A would-be employer refuses to give workers a signed contract or asks them to sign a contract in a language they can't read. Let me see. Where am I at? Okay. Oh, okay. A would-be employee collects fees from a potential worker for the opportunity to work in a particular job. Now, where have we heard this particular statement here from? A would-be employee collects fees from a potential worker for their opportunity to work in a particular job. That particular statement can relate to the Audria English situation and her opportunity to work at the all-white party and as a favor for her boyfriend. A friend, family member, co-worker, or student is newly showered with gifts or money or otherwise becomes involved in an overwhelming, fast-moving, and asymmetric difference in age or financial status romantic relationship. Where have we heard this particular situation from? Oh, I don't know. Majority of the marriages that go on, right, in Hollywood. A la Beyonce, Jay-Z. Large difference in age or financial status. Romantic relationship. A friend, family member, or student is a frequent runaway and may be staying with someone who is not their parent or guardian. Now, where have we heard this particular statement from? If we want to think about, say, Usher and Justin Bieber with Diddy, right? A family member, friend, coworker, or student is developing a relationship that seems too close with someone they know solely on just social media. Well, shit, that's majority of the all-white party, isn't it? A family member, friend, or student lives with a parent or guardian and shows signs of abuse. A family member, friend, or coworker is offered a job opportunity that seems too good to be true. Thus, the networking that also goes on at the all-white party. Remember how she was promised certain things? Shit, majority of the Diddy parties, Diddy was always promising someone something that was too good to be true. A family member, friend, or coworker is recruited for an opportunity that requires them to move far away, but their recruiter or prospective employer avoids answering their questions or is reluctant to provide detailed information about the job. Now, we heard that with the Dreams case. Pretty much. You could even tie that one to Rihanna. When Rihanna came to New York and was asked to leave the girl group to basically be signed by herself. And her paperwork was already fucking done for her to even go overseas. So, yeah, Jay-Z with Rita Ora. Drake would come. It happened with so many different situations with these different terms here. But all of these sources, all of these particular terms, you can relate to things that actually have gone on at these all-white parties or even the Diddy parties. Are they not? Every last one of them, we have heard a similar situation within these past couple of months where every last one of those statements relate to something we've gone over in the court cases. Every last one of them. So, let's take a look at another clip from, let's say, the all-white parties, right? Now, let's look at this one here. From the 2007 all-white party. I don't think it's any music here. Oh, no, not this one. Actually, no. Let's go back to the 2009 one.
Man I worked for had one of the biggest companies in New York City. He didn't own his own company. White man owned it, so they owned him. Nobody owns me.
What you wanna do?
Look at this.
And, of course, they're gonna, just so they don't fuck with me on this music, let me just make sure and turn that off. But let's continue and go to this white party here. Now, of course, this is a live camera here. Hey, chill, Murray, greetings, chat. What's good with New Eyes? New Eyes. Hey, you don't get to be up in the chat too often. What's good, New Eyes? What's good, New Eyes? D, I see you up in here, too. Who else joined up in here real quick? Let me just see who's up in here. All right. Okay. So this will be one of the 2009 Diddy party. Now, the thing that you always have to note is that there's nothing that really goes on at the daytime of the parties. It's more so the nighttime of the parties that you have to be more aware of. Let me see here. Now, do you guys remember when the little baby rumors were going around? And little baby pretty much was caught up in the whole he might be zesty thing. Do you remember that? Okay. So, you got your headphones back so you can listen now at work. Oh, that's what's up. That's what's up. I've been listening to Paz while I'm at work too. That's how things go by fast for me. So, do you remember these pictures right here when little baby pretty much was getting called zesty at these all white parties? So, of course, I don't want to I'm trying to think now if I could. I'm going to flash this particular thing right here. But after the all-white party, a particular clip of him showed up. It was this one here. But I have to just flash that one because, of course, YouTube will kill me. But it was a particular rumor going around of little baby giving sloppy toppy to someone. And this was his actual response from it. Y'all stop using my name and likeness when y'all get bored. Then the extremes motherfuckers go for clout is sick. Ain't no mystery in my history on no level. This is my last time addressing any kind of dumbass clickbait. The fuck is wrong with y'all? No flaws, no cap in my raps. Now, that's not a way to say of I'm not gay and that wasn't me in the video. That's the main thing about that. But to also see, like I said, the jewelry as well as, the hairstyle and him, it looked very much like Lil Baby. But similar to Meek Mill, if you notice, Meek Mill didn't necessarily deny any of the allegations with him and Diddy, if you remember. And who remembers the footage of them on the plane? Remember when I showed you guys the footage of them on the airplane as well? Let me unmute that one though. This was to have music, of course.
See, this the did it, hey, man.
Hold up, Mike. Get up off me, dog. You heard me, Mike? Get up off me, man. Look, this man on my legs, y'all. Get this man.
Don't be making fun of me when I'm drunk. You're gonna get another drunken hug tonight. I don't care what anyone says. You're getting a drunken hug. You too. You too. Drunken hugs are coming tonight.
And I, for the one, couldn't understand why Little Baby was sharing a blanket with Meek Mill.
Drunken hug. You too. You too. Drunken hug.
Like, why were they sharing blankets together sitting next to each other? It's just little shit like that you start asking yourself about these all-white parties. Now, without getting too far off the topic of the Freemasonry, reason why I played the song that I played in the very beginning was once again in reference to, remember, the white gloves and the white apron. Who remembers Rick Ross's cover? In which he pretty much got in trouble for it. Remember Rick Ross's cover? And they actually made him take that cover down. Now, of course, they made different jokes about it, of course. Why is he dressed up like a magician? Then there was the jokes of the LGBTQ committee. What Ross was doing was going a little bit over the top with trying to represent Freemasonry. He was pretty much trying to salute his Freemason brothers a little too hard, and they didn't necessarily like it. But again, we know Rick Ross and Jay-Z are both Freemasons, among other celebrities, as we see Shaq here with his ring. And since we're on the topic, Ashton Kutcher with his Freemason hat. Hell, he's even worn it at games. There's many celebrities that are in the Freemasonry, whether people want to know it or not. As you see Lizzo here with the checkerboard outfit. And we all know about the checkerboard floor of the Freemasons. I hope we're all following here. Like I said, we're going here tonight. We were definitely going to go here tonight. Now, once again, you see the Black History Month celebrating famous black Freemasons. Among Shaq, you see who? Don King over here. Al Sharpton. To name a few. But notice how many black leaders are all Freemasons as well. And then, of course, you see the Freemasons here, the political party, back in the day. But, in other words, what we're getting at here is that the all-white party is... Oh, what you missed in the beginning was the Freemason song by Jay-Z and Rick Ross, Fury B. Freemasons basically have been gathering at these all-white parties to pretty much do their charities and their fundraisers, but it's pretty much a public celebration away from Bohemian Grove, if you will. So whereas Bohemian Grove, where they have to do all the rituals and the sacrifices and things like that away from the public, you come to the all-white parties where there is innocence, no judgment, and people can come together and do their networking out in the open. That's the reason of the all-white parties. It's so all the Freemasons can come together and do their networking out in the open and ask for different favors. Now, one of the other themes of the all-white party. Oh, this is another thing here that I ran across too while we were on the subject of Little Baby. This is something else I had ran across with him. And I couldn't believe my eyes that I seen it. I was hoping it was AI, but y'all tell me if this is AI. I'll bring it up on the bigger screen. Y'all tell me if this is AI or not. Did that not look like Lil Baby is lip locking with somebody? Like I said, y'all let me know if this was one of the fabricated videos or was this real? Because if it is real, then of course, once again, you cannot question the sharing of the blanket with Meek Mill. You can't share. It's a few things. Now, let me share another clip from the all-white party where Lil Baby and Drake were supposedly doing a versus at the all-white party as well. Let me see here. Lil Baby gets into... Yeah, here we go. So listen to what Michael Rubin asked Lil Baby in the beginning of this.
All-white party.
What's the bet?
If I go to sleep from 5 to 4, you get 6 braids.
6 braids coming off your head.
So, similar to when Meek Mill was doing the bunny hops because he lost a tennis game. Lil Baby made a bet with Michael Rubin that if he were to fall asleep, 6 braids would be cut off of his head.
All-white party.
What I want you to listen for is the time frame that he gave Michael Rubin.
If I go to sleep from 5 to 4, you get 6 braids.
6 braids coming off your head. 6 braids off the back of your head if you fall asleep from 5 p.m. until 4 a.m.
So, as you hear, Michael Rubin gave him a time frame between 5 p.m. and 4 a.m. in the morning. I want you all to ask yourselves, as a grown man, are you going to make a bet with another man of the hours of 5 p.m. to 4 a.m. in the morning?
My entire head.
All-white party.
What's the bet?
If I go to sleep from 5 to 4, you get 6 braids.
6 braids coming off your head. 6 braids off the back of your head if you fall asleep from 5 p.m. until 4 a.m. My entire head. Bet.
So, from 5 p.m. to 4 a.m., we heard that correctly. Between 5 p.m. and 4 a.m., Lil Baby pretty much has to stay up in Michael Rubin's vicinity. That's one thing. Second thing is, doesn't that tell you somebody is spending the night at this all-white party? He has to be there from 5 p.m. to 4 a.m.
With the homies and wifey. What's up, baby boy?
Y'all looking sharp. Get there, baby. That's right, man. All white party.
Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe.
Let's take this to a new level. Let's party! Let's take this party downstairs.
Now, reason why I'm showing this particular clip here is because I want to ask you guys something real quick, right? So, remember when we covered Corey Gamble on the pod before? So, you have to act. I want to ask you guys, don't you find it rather odd that Corey Gamble is even at this Michael Rubin party or even at any of these all-white parties, considering the things that we have heard about him? Don't you guys find it rather odd that someone that's been connected to so many different deaths and events that go on within the industry is also at these same all-white parties every year? And at that, he's rolling behind Jay-Z. So someone that's very close to, someone that is said to be, let's put this in perspective, someone that's said to be Kris Jenner's boyfriend, okay, was also at Diddy's house when Kim Porter died, Justin Bieber's handler, Kanye's handler, was with Kanye when he went to see Trump. And now we see him rolling behind or rolling in a truck with Jay-Z on the way to the all-white party. Don't y'all find it a little bit odd that Corey is in all these different places with all these different people like this? And remember when we uncovered that Corey was supposedly CIA? Are we following here? So let's couple all these things together now. There's CIA agents, informants, Freemasons, and political people all at these all-white parties, supposedly doing fundraisers. Right? This is the thing about the all-white party that not a lot of people have been privy to. The all-white parties are pretty much to help push the agendas that are going to be going on within the coming years. So when you see certain celebrities have certain, I don't know if you want to call it streaks of luck, hit records, coming from certain artists, certain chart-topping things happening for certain artists, certain movies coming out, certain awards being won. Whenever you hear about certain artists, or shall I say certain celebrities, in a different light than they were the year before, it's pretty much because they were at these parties. It is pretty much because they did a favor or did some type of networking at these particular all-white parties, and they were rewarded for it. These all-white parties are pretty much not necessarily just fundraisers as much as they are sacrifices, or should I say, ways of getting further in the industry. So that is why you would see a Jay-Z there. We all know Jay-Z doesn't show up anywhere unless he's doing some type of business with someone. Let's just put that in a factual perspective. Jay-Z does not show up any old where unless he is doing business of some sort. He has always shown up in a place of business. So him showing up to a Michael Rubin party, trust and believe Jay-Z is not just two-stepping around with a drink in his hand. And of course, he was definitely at the 2024 New Year's party in the Hamptons. But notice Diddy was not there. So if you notice that they're also trying to change almost the theme of what the all-white parties represent by not only not having Diddy there, but having other celebrities of integrity there now this year. But like I said, you still have certain celebrities that are there that were there previously that have been, quote unquote, already done their favors and gotten their rewards for it. A la, you see pictures. Notice how you don't see celebrities that were there. You don't necessarily see them posting it that they were there. Think about that. I just went to Kim Kardashian's Instagram. She hasn't posted a single fucking thing from it. She might have did a quick story post or two from it. I think she shared some pictures in her story from it, but no actual posts. Think about that. Think about all your A-list celebrities that were at this party. They just shared shit from their stories, and then it went away. So if you didn't necessarily catch anything, there's nothing to actually, keep evidence of, is there really? Unless the internet got it. But look at, for example, let's take a look, for example, at, Drake's invitation. Let's quickly look at Drake's invitation letter, right? Now that we have certain context of things as far as Freemasonry, right? So the first thing that jumps out to you is the all-seeing eye with the fish almost, right? The fishbowl all-seeing eye look, right? But then you also see, if you look closely, let me see if I can just zoom it in a little bit. Look closely here at the picture a little bit. Notice how there are people holding money. Not just bottles, but money. They're green bottles. They're green. It's green basically. So it could be liquor, of course. It could be bottles, but this person looks like it's holding money. Notice how it's everybody just together. So you have this face on top of this person, but it's also a head attached to this person here as well. Notice how there are hands all in. Notice how there are different types of different people. Drake's interpretation says went from a 1-bedroom to a 1-of-1 condo. So, of course, their accommodated stays, of course, also at these all-white parties. So these special invitations aren't just for you to go to the party, as much as you also are getting your own place to stay. So what goes on after the parties actually goes on at these condos. It's not necessarily at the all-white parties. Are we following here? The reason why it was moved from Diddy doing the all-white party to Michael Rubin doing the all-white party was because Diddy started to get a little bit too noticeable in 2009. So, real quick, sure, play this real quick. Because you're going to hear the passing of the torch.
Hey, yo, what's up, world? We have some big news. I think it's some big news. This year, I will not be throwing a white party. I said this year, I, Sean Combs, P. Diddy, the greatest party thrower in the world, in history, will not be having my famous white party. But check this out. For the first time, I'm going to be changing it up. And I'm going to let you tell me how to do it. That's because I've teamed up with my friends at Eminem to produce a party of a different color. Okay, we did the white party. Now it's time to do some other colors. And it won't be my party. Guess what? It'll be your party. And that's right. You can win your own party for you.
Notice how he had to change it up the whole way, right? So what ended up happening was the Andrea English situation, among other things, at his all-white party in 2009. In 2009, his all-white party had the Ashton Kutcher situation. Supposedly, there were some things that happened there that caused him to pretty much pass the torch on the all-white parties. Thus, him having to make the public service announcement of he'll no longer be hosting or doing the all-white party. And who took it over? Now, it wasn't publicly known about the all-white party with Michael Rubin until about 2020. So you have that gap, that almost 11-year gap, where you don't necessarily know who's throwing the all-white party anymore. Think about that. Now the Hampton party has to move and get a different face to it. So from 2000, I want to say 2010 or 2011. Let me see. First year of let me see if I can get this to pull up right here. I want to know what was the first year of the Rock Nation brunch. Aha. Just what I thought. So, like I said, the passing of the torch from Diddy, it went from Diddy to Jay-Z. Bear with me a minute here. The powers that be are trying to stop me from showing y'all something real quick. So we are having a little bit difficulties on the loading. But what I want to show you guys, like I said, is here we go. Bring it up a little bit closer. Come closer. Rock Nation's annual pre-Grammy brunch began in 2011. So, needless to say, the passing of the torch from the all-white party went to the Rock Nation brunch. And then from the Rock Nation brunch, they got canceled a couple of years ago because someone's hands started getting a little bit too sticky. because someone's hands started to get a little bit sticky, Jay. We started seeing all white parties with Michael Rubin. So again, and let's real quick listen to Fat Joe explain about the Illuminati and what he thinks about with these all white parties. Funny how he has to save face about this as well.
This guy's crazy, Bobby. Like, I said, all right then, man. I said, all right then. Listen, let me tell y'all something. I've met anybody you think you can meet in your life, good or bad. I've been a famous guy 28 years. I've been with rich people, poor people, bad people, good people. I've been with the lady. There's a lady that for years, Mexican lady, that she works in and runs the church in the border. That when people come across the border, she's the one that give them some water and food. So this woman, they write books about her like Martin Luther King and so forth. I met the lady. I met the royal family of Dubai. I've been in a palace. Okay, when you walk in, they wash your fingers. When you walk in the door, they wash your fingers. Once your fingers are dry, they pass you a tea. With the other hand, they give you a fig. My friends, have been places. I met a lot of people who claim to do a lot of things. With all that being said, I have never met a guy or a young lady who said, "Hi, Fat Joe, I am Illuminati." Never met him. Would like to know him. Would like to know him. He got that bag? Would like to know him. Would like to know him. Can you please reveal yourself if we could get that type of bread? And if you see Fat Joe is like a liaison to where he's accepted and he's invited to those parties. The white party, the Michael Rubin. Shout out to Michael Rubin. Party was amazing. But at the same time, you could see him in Harlem and talk to him. You could see him in the Bronx and talk to him. He's the last of those guys that's able to do that you can still talk to. And you can still bump into him. And you can tell you what's wrong with the church. And Joe, we got a problem with the church. And I go, hold up. And I come over here and say, we got a problem with the church. And then we did a little collection, then the church is straight. Oh, the kids need, or they need, so Fat Joe's the guy you can touch that touches them. Do we get that? Do you understand that?
Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe.
And so, I ain't gonna lie to you, every year I was saying no, I was busy, I had a show, I didn't show up to the white party. Michael Rubin is a phenomenal man. Yes, he's a billionaire, and people love his success and his status, but he also does a lot for the community with justice reform. When Meek Mill was in jail, he pretty much got him out along with Desiree Perez and Rock Nation. This man, I know nothing but beautiful things about the man. And so if God bless him and he's successful, let's not hate on him because he's successful. He's a good businessman. But Michael Rubin invites me every year. Every year I got to show something. This year I said, I'm coming. I wear this Valentino see-through shirt. You see the flowers? Valentino see-through. If you glanced hard, you might see my see-through. I don't want to tell you what it costed. It costed a mortgage in States. It costed a car insurance in that. Yes. I do not play with these people. When you look at my drip, I give them hell every chance. Don't you people, are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? How many chinchillas I gotta wear with cars for you to get it? And so I show up in the see-through shit.
So we'll have to continue with Fat Joe, because reason why I was even playing the clip with Fat Joe is because that's the thing. Why are you even having to save face almost, or should I say, why are you having to come up with an alibi as to why you're even at a Michael Rubin party? Why is there such a bad stigma of people being even at a Michael Rubin party? Let's think about that. Why is there such a bad rap with being at the Michael Rubin party, all because Lil Baby decided to take a picture that looked a little bit zesty with Michael Rubin? If we are following along here, notice how if there's too much attention, if there's too much bad attention put onto the host has to change. If there's too much bad news, or should I say bad juju or rumors put on the host, the changing of the guards happens. A la Diddy, a la Jay-Z. See, that's a good question. Reason why Joe is skipping it every year is because he's not actually invited. People that are actually invited actually go. The reason why Joe does not go is because Joe is not necessarily in that crowd anymore. Joe has only gone maybe once or twice. There are pictures of Fat Joe at the all-white party. But the reason why Joe hasn't been at it necessarily in the past or recently like that is because, like I said, he's just not in that particular crowd anymore. Lean back days, Fat Joe was definitely in that crowd, but new Fat Joe is pretty much just trying to catch a hit record with DJ Khaled every now and then. So he's not necessarily worried about being at an all-white party with Michael Rubin. He's not there for that type of networking. That's why he had to say, oh, I've never seen anyone walk up to me say they're in the Illuminati, quote unquote, allegedly. But he has talked to certain people, as you just heard. He's talked to kings and princes in Dubai. So he's met those type of people without saying that he's met those type of people. He's still, like I said, been around the Freemason crowd without actually being a Freemason, if you get what I'm saying. That's why Fat Joe is able to be where he's at. Because you're affiliated with a actual Freemason like a DJ Khaled or Rick Ross or Diddy or Jay-Z, because you're affiliated with those people, you're able to be around those certain crowds. But does that mean necessarily that you're in that crowd? No. That's the whole thing that Fat Joe's trying to say right here. He's affiliated with those people, but he's not affiliated with those people, if you get what I'm saying. He's just around. Thus why he's also said, yo, if you know somebody that has even that type of bag or that type of money, yeah, point me in that direction. But I don't know anybody that's up that high. Thus why he doesn't necessarily go always to the all-white parties, because he doesn't even have any business there to be there. He doesn't have any opportunities of networking to actually be there, to want to be there. The people that actually go to the all-white parties are the people that have the opportunities to network, and the people that have some type of actual business going on that present those opportunities. I'll give you a perfect example of someone that needed to be at an all-white party before they retired. Tom Brady. Tom Brady is always at the all-white party, if you remember. Now, I want to show something here real quick. Because if you guys remember, similar to Little Baby, I want you to notice the surrounding thing that we keep coming across here with people that are at this all-white party. There's an article that says Tom Brady has treated gay men well while never talking publicly about LGBTQ rights or offering any support. But then there was this article here. Former NFL star Julian Edelman confuses internet with his gay comments during Tom Brady roast, in which he said, "I know there's going to be a lot of jokes about me being gay for Tom. Well, let me set the record straight. Those balls weren't going to deflate themselves." Again, Tom Brady is someone that has been openly showing that he is an affiliate of Michael Rubin. But one of the other themes at this particular party, the all-white party, is the human trafficking that goes on. Now, what we noticed in the Kendrick Lamar Not Like Us video, right, was the containers of the human trafficking. One of the things that go on with the human trafficking are also child trafficking. So, needless to say, what I'm getting at here with these all-white parties, they're not always necessarily just, fundraisers for good causes, allegedly. As you remember when we covered before in Diddy Boys, Ashton Kutcher was how old hanging with at Diddy parties? He was about 14, right? He's about 14 years old hanging with, I remember, was it Demi Moore? Right? Demi Moore had him as a kid, as a teenager. Then you couple that with, I don't know, the other gentleman that we had covered on Diddy Boys. Charlie Sheen. Let's see if we can find him. See if we can find him real quick, right? See if we can find him at an all-white party, maybe. Well, we definitely know he's been to Diddy parties, of course. But, of course, Charlie Sheen hasn't been out and about like that. I just wanted to see if we could find him at an all-white party. Well, it's an interesting picture there. Looks like a Photoshop picture there. That's a Photoshop picture there. Okay. But no. Anyway. Anywho. Anywho. So, like I said, the all-white parties have always had this theme like the fundraiser, right? And what I was getting at with the whole Ashton Kutcher thing, remember when Ashton Kutcher was also, I said not so with just Ashton Kutcher with Demi Moore, Charlie Sheen, and the I can't remember the other boy's name. But we covered them, like I said, in Diddy Boys. So let me just pull this up real quick. Not Michael Rubin. Okay. Okay. So we're just going to play this one real quick. Let's skip this ad.
Well, we know thousands of people are making their way to Indy for the NBA All-Star Weekend. And this morning, advocates want to bring your attention to another serious issue, sex trafficking. Large-scale events with a lot of out-of-town visitors can create this increased risk for this multi-billion-dollar industry. WRTV's Nico Panisi is live in downtown Indy to explain why. Nico.
Good morning, Lauren. It's because there's a heightened demand. Advocacy organizations tell me that there are a large number of men with disposable income who actually make up a majority of sex buyers coming to our city this weekend. Traffickers not only know this, they rely on this to raise their profits, and that just leaves women and girls at risk. The Super Bowl, PGA Golf, big trade shows, conventions. These are large-scale events that attract thousands of people to a city. But what else do they all have in common? Elisa Bernard says sex trafficking.
People that are being trafficked, the people that are being picked up during these stings, aren't always from the region.
And that's her worry, with more than 100,000 people visiting Indianapolis for the NBA All-Star Game and events.
We do see that a lot of people who are coming in to purchase sex are from outside the region, whereas people who are being bought for sex are also coming in from outside the region.
Bernard knows firsthand the dangers of the sex trade industry because she is a survivor. She was prostituted in her early 20s in the Seattle, Washington region. Today, she works with World Without Exploitation, a coalition of over 200 organizations across the country that work to fight trafficking and provide services to victims.
So there's a couple ways that we can actually see that this is happening and occurring more frequently, especially around events such as this. So service providers are going to be getting increases in the number of seeing their people that they are seeing walk in their doors. That's one thing. Law enforcement, yes, absolutely are going to be doing stings and operations around this.
Targets are often our most vulnerable women and girls.
People who are marginalized by their sex, their gender, their disability, immigration status. Certainly we know that women and girls of color are disproportionately overrepresented across every jurisdiction. And we also know that LGBTQ individuals, particularly trans individuals.
Yasmin Vafa with the nonprofit Rights for Girls says oftentimes trafficking is portrayed as someone being kidnapped or abducted, but it can be more subtle.
There's often a grooming process when someone is very young. Most of the adults in the sex trade that I've met and worked with were first exploited when they were children and first entered the sex industry when they were very young, often young teens.
Victims are often the ones being arrested for sex trade. Vafa says we need to turn our attention towards the buyers and traffickers.
Who are we holding accountable for their role in the sex trade? The individuals who are often in the situation as a means of survival, or those who really are exercising their choice and agency and really have the privilege.
And here are some warning signs you can look out for to identify a victim of human trafficking. They live with their employer. They give answers that are scripted or rehearsed. They appear to be fearful or submissive. They show signs of physical abuse, or they're 18 years old and working in the commercial sex industry. And if you suspect that someone is a victim, you can call the National Human Trafficking Hotline. That number is there on your screen. Reporting live, Nico Panisi, WRTV.
Some important tips there, Nico. Thank you.
So, again,
that was before that.
That's my whole thing, right? And in a nutshell, that's basically what I was trying to get at. Is the fact that, you have to understand. This goes on. Hold on. Yeah, So this goes on quite often at these parties. Not just the all-white parties, but it goes on in general at a lot of these industry parties, if you will, where it's a lot of money going on. So when you see these people here, not necessarily all of the celebrities are into that, but there are some high-priced people there that are into that, if you will. There are some people that are into buying certain people. Now, again, one of the main reasons why I chose this particular picture is because we have someone in the picture that is very close to someone that was affiliated with human fucking trafficking, which would be Corey Gamble. Now, who is Corey Gamble very close to that was affiliated with human trafficking? Remember when we looked up, I don't know, Scooter Braun? And we all know Scooter Braun has been at the all-white parties, but of course Scooter Braun has also retired. Right? Scooter Braun is also retired, supposedly. And why did Scooter Braun retire? Scooter Braun retired because he started getting all of those allegations. What's good, Simba? Scooter Braun retired because he started getting all those allegations. And it wasn't publicly known, but like I said, we all knew about, or should I say, we heard about Scooter Braun and his human trafficking thing. Matter of fact, I'll just bring that up real quick. I'll bring that up and then I'll show y'all a quick picture of him and Mr. Gamble, for example. Why don't I have that up? Oh, that's why. Okay. So, as you see here, oh, did they wipe it out? They got it. Oh, okay. They just got his retirement. You see if this article still has it here. Because you did see it in the, you can see it right here still. There it is. Okay. That's what I was looking for. Where is it? Where is Scooter Braun's? Where is Scooter Braun's? I don't know why all of a sudden his, because don't make me pull it up on the actual old pod. Don't make me pull it up from the old pod here. Oh. Okay. Because they were saying that he supposed the reason why he even retired was one of the allegations was he had trafficked Justin Bieber, among other people. He was pretty much helping Diddy, among other billionaires, with the human trafficking. See Scooter here with Kanye, but more noticeably, you see Corey here with Justin. In a very odd and weird picture at that, behind Justin. This is the same Corey Gamble that we just saw. The same Corey Gamble that we see riding behind with Jay-Z at the all-white party. Same Corey Gamble. Same Corey Gamble. This same Corey Gamble, like I said before, we uncovered is CIA. Now, tying all that in from what we just looked at with the news clip about being on the watchful eye of the sex trafficking, we have to note and just tie one big thing in here. When it comes to the all-white party, when it comes to just the all-white party in general, it is not just, like I said, sex trafficking going on as much as it is human trafficking possibly going on in general. So you take, for example, an Aiden Ross being there, but then him inviting a Kai Cenat there, and Kai Cenat's like, nah, I'm good. Aiden Ross is there basically they're trying to see if he's green. And if he comes back year after year after year, they'll start to see, okay, he's open to some things. Now we can possibly try him. They're not going to try him on year one. Same thing that happened with Andrea English. In Andrea English's case, in her lawsuit, she specifically said in 2004 when she went, nothing happened. It was just a good party that she attended. The second year was where things got a little bit freaky, and she had the encounter with Jacob the jeweler. And then the following one was where she was made to have the all black on while everyone else was in the all white, and everyone just had their way with her. So let's think about Little Baby. You see Little Baby's making bets. Oh, if I fall asleep between 5 p.m. and 4 a.m., you get to cut off my head. You get to cut off my hair. You get to cut off all my braids. Know what I mean? If I fall asleep, know what I'm saying? You got Meek Mill running around there, of course, with Little Baby, and then they're hanging out with Michael Rubin and sharing blankets and private jets. These people are being trafficked. Just because they're celebrities and already making money doesn't mean they're not being trafficked. As you just saw here, the article covering Scooter Braun supposedly trafficking Justin Bieber. See, people think the art of trafficking is just you just selling the person off to another person, which in a sense that's exactly what it is. But it's not as in we're just selling this person off and giving him away. We're making money off of this person while we're bringing him to somewhere else. That's the actual definition of the trafficking that is a little bit, how can you say? The lines are blurred when it comes to trafficking in the Hollywood entertainment world. The lines are very much blurred with trafficking. Because another example you can say Meek Mill and Little Baby are being trafficked allegedly by Michael Rubin. By Michael Rubin bringing them on private jets to his house or different islands. That's no different than Diddy trafficking Young Miami. Are we following? We all know that Young Miami in the Little Rodney case was a sex trafficked worker, right? She was being sex trafficked, as well as Jade and Daphne. They were being sex trafficked. Regardless if they were around and partying and you knew who they were and they were celebrities, this, that, and the third, they were still being trafficked. So, again, in the case of a Justin Bieber, Scooter Braun, or Corey Gamble could be trafficking them. Exactly. It's not always sex trafficking. It's just human trafficking in general. That's the whole point. They're not making the money. You're very right. They're not making money at all. They're just being pimped around the world. One example of that pimping, take Sean Kingston, who just got arrested and is about to do some time for his fraud now. What was the main thing that they said in his case that we have in common here with Mr. Corey Gamble, right? Oh, I know Justin Bieber. We can get Justin Bieber on here. You know what I mean? We can get Justin Bieber, and I'm saying, I'll do this favor for you, and we can get Justin Bieber if you give me this. Is that not the same thing that we talking about? Where someone is being trafficked for a favor? Are we following here? The purpose of these all-white parties are networking. But what goes on at these same all-white parties are these billionaires are discussing or having discussion of who they're going to put where, who they're going to buy, and who they're going to place where. Who's coming to this place and who's coming to that place. Who's going to be doing this for the following year. Who's going to be making this amount of money from doing this said favor. That is the purpose of these all-white parties. So bringing it back to our definition of the all-white parties, which was the innocence and purity definition, right? Think about the all-white gloves and the all-white apron, the innocence and the purity. Okay? Exactly. Is a draft. Pretty much a draft. It's a whole big-ass draft of the celebrities. To see who's going to be doing what with who and where. Who's going to be in charge of who. Who's going to be the handler of who. Who's going with whom where. Think about the fact that you have the celebrities with, not celebrities, you have not just celebrities, the sports athletes. You saw in the picture Donovan Mitchell is there. Now, let's think about if something big in the sports entertainment world was to happen for Donovan Mitchell now. You should not be surprised because you just seen him where? At the all-white party. Who have you seen? Once again, we just covered Tom Brady. How many Super Bowl rings does fucking Tom Brady have? But has been a frequent goer to these all-white parties? Odell Beckham. One of the highest paid football players in fucking NFL. How many all-white parties and Diddy parties have you seen him at? Are we following here? When you see these athletes at these all-white parties, they are also there for networking opportunities. To see how much further they can get without actually having to play the fucking sport. How do you think, and we all know, actually I need to put that clip out, if I can, of Stephen A. Smith and Kendrick Perkins talking about Rich Paul having to hide the fact that they were telling other teams, you can't buy Bronny. You have to turn down Bronny James. You can't get Bronny James. Rich Paul, the agent for LeBron James, was literally going around the entire association saying, You cannot sign Bronny James. The Lakers are going to sign him. He had to hide the fact that he was doing that. But LeBron, again, was at the all-white party. And we all know LeBron had to hide the fact that he was following Diddy, right? He had to hide the fact that he's been at Diddy's house, right? But how else does LeBron make so much money? Just because he's a superstar? Just because he's a superstar in the league, right? Because he's got the stats, right? It's just because of that, right? It's not because he's at the all-white party. Bronny James isn't going to the Lakers even though he's going to the G League now. Isn't on the Lakers playing on the same team with him. He didn't just get that networking opportunity because of he's LeBron James, right? Just saying. All of these celebrities, all these entertainers, all these people, let's just say that. Not even say the celebrities. These people go to these parties. It's pretty much to push whatever agenda they have coming next. And like I said, it is mainly to put people with other people. That is why, if you notice, Michael Rubin's, the name of his big thing is what? Fanatic. Think about that. Fanatic. His whole thing is about being a fanatic. The association he has, right? Supposedly it's about helping athletes and doing fundraisers and things of that nature, right? This is someone that is a multi-billionaire. $11.5 billion is Michael Rubin's net worth. And it's off Fanatic and fundraising? Am I stupid? No. Ain't no way you are making $11.5 billion on your net worth because you do fucking fundraising. I wasn't born yesterday. There's no goddamn way that you were worth $11.5 billion off fundraisers. Nobody in this chat was born yesterday. There's no goddamn way. Unless you are involved in other things. And we all know the people that are the billionaires are involved in other things. They are all involved in other things. We can pull up numerous pictures of Michael Rubin with different people. If you just want to just name different people that you might see at, say, for example, a Bohemian Grove, right? Maybe we can find him with a Donald Trump, right? Maybe we can find Michael Rubin with Donald. Matter of fact, let's find Michael Rubin with just a president. Let's just find Michael Rubin with a president, right? I don't know why I couldn't. Oh, actually, even better picture. Much better picture. Chat, you see him here with Robert Kraft? Now. Robert Kraft is worth how much? $11.1 billion. Right? I wonder. And that was just off me freestyling on a limb. That was just me freestyling on a fucking limb. Kraft was one of at least 25 people arrested as part of months-long human trafficking investigation that police say spanned from China to, I forgot what it was, right? That was just off me just freestyling on a fucking limb. Now, Robert Kraft, right? Now, I'm going to show you another picture of Robert Kraft with somebody, right? Because now that we on Robert Kraft ass, look at Robert Kraft, who he's hugged up with at this same all-white party. Who's that? Oh, who's this? Look who's with Robert Kraft. I don't know, the same guy that just won the NBA championship this year, right? Notice how that fucking trophy. Let's think about that, right? If we're talking about the all-white party and the different favors that go on at the all-white party, what was the big theme? Not the big theme. What was the biggest thing that was going around in the pictures at that all-white party, right? If we're being honest. Jason Tatum was just at the all-white party last year, right? Did the Boston Celtics not win the fucking NBA championship this year? Gee. They did, right? Because why else would Meek Mill be walking around with the trophy at the all-white party? Gee, I wonder how he got the Boston Celtics trophy and was just walking around with it at the all-white party. The same way you'll see a Vladimir Putin rip the ring off Tom Brady's finger. Yeah. That player that he was talking about was DeMar DeRozan. He was talking about DeMar DeRozan. But, again, this is what goes on at the all-white parties. So, once again, I'm seeing pictures of Donovan Mitchell, right? My guess is I'm going to see Donovan Mitchell pop up on an NBA team, or he's going to be in the playoffs next year. He's going to get some kind of good deal. The people that are at these parties pretty much network their way to living comfortable. Why do you think James Harden doesn't give a fuck about a ring right now? Why do you think you see James Harden at this party every damn year? But you also see James Harden leaving out of hotels with little baby, right? Looking shocked and shit. Just saying, man. If we gonna be honest about these parties, if we gonna be really honest about these parties, man, and what goes on at these parties, it's a lot of shit, man. And majority of it, like I said, has to do with what goes on with the Freemasonry. This is it's very Freemason based, man. It's very Freemason based. Kim Kardashian claims she took nearly a dozen shots at Michael Rubin's Hampton party. And of course, I couldn't really find nothing on the laced liquor there, but you can catch everybody playing football on the beach. Needless to say, amongst the fun that happens at these all-white parties, there is still business going on at these all-white parties. There is still business going on at the end of the day. Whether we are privy to what that business may be or not. But there's definitely networking beyond our pay grade that is going on at these all-white parties. And when we uncovered what was going on in the Not Like Us video with the human trafficking, and the shout out to I believe it was Maddie that caught on to that. No, Shayla caught that. Shayla and Maddie both caught that. Actually, in the chat the other night. The human trafficking containers. And then, of course, Kendrick Lamar in his FBI outfit dancing around the containers. Just like I said, man, just think about all the people in these pictures. Just think about the people in this picture here. Think about the people in this picture here. Yo Gotti. Think about Yo Gotti. Right? No, Bun B's not in the picture. But think about Yo Gotti, right? Yo Gotti is a frequent goer to these all-white parties and these Hampton parties, right? Rest in peace. Who did Yo Gotti have to get removed recently? I'll leave it at that, allegedly. We see the man in the middle right here. God knows how many he's had to remove, allegedly. And the handler that helps him remove them is right there with his diamond chain and cigar. Well, that's the thing. You might see a Bun B there. You could see a Bun B there. He's just not in that picture, but you could see a Bun B there. Because Bun B did a very good job being quiet about Pimp C, didn't he? So, you could see a Bun B there. You will see a lot of people there. You'll see a lot of people at these all-white parties. Meek Mill tried to fight Travis Scott one year at their all-white party randomly, though. That was pretty interesting, though. But, like I said, what it all comes down to is the networking and handling of people is what goes on truly at these all-white parties. To be honest with y'all, I'm actually glad I didn't get signed because if Lord knows, man, Lord knows, you probably would have been reading about me somewhere. And not in a good way. You probably would have found. They probably would have found me somewhere. They probably would have found me somewhere, but That is why. That is why.
This for the soldiers that see the sun at midnight. You dig? Let me slow down. It's so incredible. I go to the grave before I be a bitch nigga. Better behave, you dealing with some rich niggas. We the lost symbols speaking cryptic codes. Ancient wisdom, valuable like gifts of gold. I embark on life, my path is all math. I understand the codes these hackers can't crack. I understand the folks expect me to fold. Community control, violate parole. I won't fail, but a lot of men will. I'm iconic in the field like Solomon's seal. It's just the intro. Allow my flow time to sink into the tempo. Freemason, freelancer, free agents, we faster. Big contracts, big contractors, built pyramids, period, we masters. No caterpillars, it was just a lot of niggas. A lot of great thinkers and a lot of great inventors. All white mansion, I'm the child of God. All black diamonds, times were hard. New Rolls Royce, guess you made it, nigga. All white neighborhood, you they favorite nigga. My top back like JFK. They wanna push my top back like JFK. So I JFK. Joined forces with the kings and we ate all day. Right now I can rewrite history. I stopped writing, so fuck it, I'll do it mentally. I go to the grave before I be a bitch nigga. Better behave, you dealing with some rich niggas. Started in the ghetto, now we worldwide. Multiplying and I pray to God we never die. I go to the grave before I be a bitch nigga. Better behave, you dealing with some rich niggas. Started in the ghetto, now we worldwide. Multiplying and I pray to God we never die.
Niggas couldn't do nothing with me, they put the devil on me. How the preferred niggas squeeze.